Asensio. Nah, bro, you ain't supposed to do that. Ah! No, you're taking the piss. What? My man literally returned after 1 year and he did that. This is mad, man. This world which we live in, it's mad. It's mad. Anyway, welcome back to yet another video. Real Madrid has triumphed over Valencia 3-0. Asensio. No. I still can't believe this. I still feel this is a simulation, ladies and gentlemen. I still feel this is a freaking simulation. Now that being said, I'm not trying to draw away from the most obvious reasons. Real Madrid have been indeed poor in the first half. And I will get to that as we react to the highlights. But when Asensio comes, I'm going crazy, man. Like, Asensio has already made me crazy. I've already smashed my head into the wall looking at that, thinking if it was a simulation. But it wasn't. It wasn't a simulation. But anyway, without any further delay, let's react to the highlights. And I'll give my honest insight, okay? Without any of the hype, I will give you the honest review. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we went with a 4-3-3 formation. Well, technically it wasn't a 4-3-3 for all argument's sake. It was never a 4-3-3 to be honest. Like, we were going for Valverde on the right wing, but he wasn't really a winger. He wasn't really dribbling that much. He wasn't really carrying the ball forward. Basically, Valverde was just put in that position so that he could make ground. He could cover as much ground as possible and he could track back accordingly for a Carvajal that would go up front very often, and he would track back for a Carvajal who would be caught out of position quite often if Valencia would have properly exploited that left side, which I will get to. But Carvajal was mainly there at the edge of the box to deliver as many crosses as possible. So with that, that's the confusion, man. If anyone thought, why is Valverde on the wing? Like, that, what is he doing on the wing? Does he even play there? Yeah, that was the role he was supposed to serve on the wing. So with first few chances, man, Real Madrid has to still improve, man, offensively. Like, still it's not done. And we didn't start well as well in my opinion. Yeah, we had many shots on target, but again, if you actually think about it, what do you mean many? It's not even many. We had every shot we took was on target. Like, my worry is not the thing on target, man. Clinicality. We need to be as clinical as possible, and sometimes like we can't just roll a dice on it, man. I'm sorry. And like, when you think about our offensive game, we still need to improve on it. We still need to be more clinical enough to finish decent chances, because this is Valencia. Chances are not going to come very easy, man, in the future. Like, we have to go in with that mindset. Only then we have a scope for improving. So with Valencia, I feel like they did really well while defending. Let me just pause this for a moment. Valencia, in my honest opinion, happened to defend really well deep, and when it came to the counter, they happened to beat the offside trap really well that was being laid out by Ramos and Varane repeatedly. Like, I feel that Maxi Gomez and Rodrigo exploited that 2 or even thrice in the same game. So I feel like Valencia initially did well, and that's how you can see both chances. I think there were 2 chances, and one chance literally like hit the post, man. Like, Thibaut Courtois, I know I criticize him a lot, but fair freaking play, man. Dude, Mangala also, he suddenly turned into Maldini. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but oh, dude, this Hazard chance, man. Like, what the hell? Like, I was so pissed looking at this. And let's be honest, I know Hazard gave the assist today, but he wasn't great. And yes, the very amazing stop, which literally saved the game. Had this been 1-0, it would have been lights out for Real Madrid, man, today. Like, props to Thibaut Courtois for stopping that. But let me just state the obvious that Eden Hazard, even though I assisted, he wasn't good, man. He's not very good carrying the ball forward these days. I mean, let's not generalize, but I think he still needs some more time in, settling into the squad or whatnot. And I feel like Eden Hazard is still trying to sort his thing out at Real Madrid. He's not still the player he was at Chelsea. I'm not going to say he's finished. Oh, by the way, this was an offside goal. When we conceded, I was like, what? Oh my god, we're back to the February Real Madrid, aren't we? But clearly Maxi Gomez touched that, and obviously there was, Rodrigo finished it, in all honesty. So obviously Maxi Gomez clearly touched the ball, and even though he didn't, he was clearly in an offside position, so he was trying to block Courtois' line of sight, which still serves as a offside. So there's literally no argument there. Ferland Mendy had his body a bit bent. Dude, Ferland Mendy had a kind of a poor game as well. But in all honesty, like Ferland Mendy, man, respect for being onside in that goal and also for doing the Asensio moment. Asensio, oh my god, the golden boy, oh my god. I never thought he'd do the madness that he did today. Like, what the hell? This guy was back after a year. After a year. I'm dying, man. I'm dying. Like, literally, I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm in simulation. Oh, yeah. Danny Carvajal had a very good chance as well, but dude, the first half kind of pissed me off, man. It's also because we had decent chances and we couldn't finish them. And to be honest, we weren't like playing convincing. I mean, we were playing good football, don't get me wrong, but we were not playing football enough, you know, proper football enough to be able to dominate them is what I'm saying. Because they were also, you know, fighting back quite well. They were defending really well. They were defending very deep. And in transition, especially in the counters, they were giving us a really hard time. Even I feel like even Casemiro had a very mediocre game today because like Casemiro initially I'm talking about. Oh, that was a very good save from Courtois. That was a really good save. Obviously Courtois makes many saves like that, so it's not something really surprising. Dude, like whenever they started countering, I was like so scared. And also Benzema also wasn't really, you know, convincing in the first half. Yeah, he did create some chances, but again, also if you really think about it, to be honest, Benzema wasn't really in the most optimum goal scoring positions for, you know, for him to head to. In fact, if I accurately remember, he even missed a free header as well, and that pissed me off really well. Rafael Varane too had a very underwhelming game, if you ask me. It was not the most convincing. We still have our problems, man. I feel like when we did that 1-0, everything fell into shape. Valencia succumbed to Real Madrid. They succumbed, their confidence went low, and that's when we started exploiting them. Like, that's what winners do, man. Whenever we find a mistake, exploit it. Don't just spare the mistake. Not exploiting a mistake is worse than not playing dominating football. And let me be very clear. Like, that's what winners do. We find mistakes, exploit them, donezo. That's it. I felt like Ferland Mendy didn't offensively very much contribute as well today. I was actually really annoyed with Ferland Mendy as well today. But my thing was not really with Ferland Mendy today. I was really annoyed by how Hazard was playing. Oh, this was 1-0 by the way. But even though Eden Hazard like assisted, fam, like he did not have the best of games. Let me be very honest. He was not able to dribble. He was not able to carry the ball forward. He was getting tackled repeatedly. He was getting clocked. He was being too predictable, if you ask me. I think that assist is just like, just to cover up the negatives of his performance tonight. Hazard didn't have the best game, let me be honest. And Asensio, dude. Oh my god. No. You're taking the piss. Like, this guy wasn't even there for 60 seconds. Dude, this is paradise. Literally, it was paradise. Let me be very honest. And this dude literally assists after this. Like, let's just say that he was lucky. He was in the right position, and he did that. Man assisted, and of course, very good judgment from Benzema as well. You know, taking it from his right foot to his left foot. Like, that was really sick. And obviously, finishing it on the volley, always. Dude, what a game, man. Again, when I do say this, we still have our flaws and we still need to cover them up. But I feel like we ended very strong. My problem is still this clinicality. We need to be more clinical. Having shots on target won't be enough. And of course, I feel like with the players that we have at the back, especially with having someone as fast as Varane, he needs to be a little more self-aware. Whenever opponents use good transition to choke Real Madrid, I feel like Varane has to come really handy in those kind of situations. I feel like Varane succumbed to those kind of moments a bit here and there in the first half, but it's okay. I mean, not much damage was done, so I'm saying it's okay. But probably with teams much more clinical than Valencia, they won't spare you, and probably you won't have the same mentality to come back from a 0-0 to a 3-0 than a 0-1 to a 3-1. Anyway, that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. Delighted to have Asensio back once again. I am very curious to see a 4-3-3 with Hazard, Benzema and Asensio up front. done now. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm so excited. Although there's scope for improvement, let me just end by saying that it was a very good performance in the second half, not the first half. The second half, it was a good performance, and in all honesty, very good. Well done. And that's it for the video, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, Barcelona play away from home to Sevilla. So that will be something. Hopefully Sevilla can at least pull off some points from Barcelona, at least draw against them, so that, you know, we can put more pressure on Barcelona. Anyway, that's for the video, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Take care, stay safe, and peace.